Ooh, let's bring this close up. Maybe lower. Better, okay. Alright. Questo Presidium lux mea. Adesso, veritate mi profundo lucere, clare mihi ostende. Welcome back. I don't know about you, but I've been having a lot of strawberry dreams lately, so that's the inspiration for this one. I've also been seeing 222 a lot and 333 a lot. This one's gonna be definitely for more entrepreneurial spirit, or just if you're kind of consciously exiting hustle culture and your typical job. So you would probably resonate with this if you're a bit more eclectic. Maybe you've had to create your own way in life rather than fitting so neatly into any one lane or box. Basically the message here, because hey Anthony, good to see you. So the message here is to follow your dreams, of course. And if you have been procrastinating or not sure how to move forward next, I mean, you really do deep down. You just got to follow one step at a time. Baby steps. You know, the climb is worth it. You know that it's going to take some effort to get there, but whatever makes you so eclectic and unusual is the very thing that makes you stand out. So embrace that, first of all. The more you embrace that, your unique self, the more on track you'll feel and the more clear your path becomes, if that makes sense. So stay true to your vision, whatever you want to bring into life. It doesn't matter if you know exactly how to get there or not. What matters is that you take one step at a time, and eventually the path will kind of form itself in front of you. So baby steps. You really do know what to do. It's just a matter of taking the steps to get there. It's a risk either way, so might as well take the risk that gets you there. This is like a divinely led path. Whatever it is your dreams are pointing to, that's what you want to follow. But it's going to happen in divine timing, not whatever rush timing you want to be on. So dance with the cycles of nature. Don't force anything. Just allow it to happen. Allow it to manifest for you as you take those steps toward it. And then honor what is real and what is actually necessary was another big message here. And with the 222 and 333, I feel like you are more supported on this path than you might realize. So again, if you find yourself more eclectic, unusual, or hard, it's been hard for you to fit in anywhere. It might not always feel like you have that support, or it might feel like a lone wolf journey at times. But I think you'll see that the more you support your own dreams, the more support you have outside of you as well. But it really takes that much belief in yourself for other people to believe in your vision too. And sometimes it takes you bringing certain aspects of it out into the world for people to be able to even piece that together, because they're not going to be able to see your vision in the same way that you do. So actually, I'm going to start with tarot. Oh, and I want to mention too, strawberries, especially in dream states, they do represent abundance coming in. So wherever your dreams are leading to, that is where your abundance lies, your most abundant path. And abundance can be many things, but it can be all about like fertility, so fruitful, new beginnings. Even if it's a path that you've been on for a while, it bears your fruit by aligning with yourself in this way. That is where your fruit, your harvest will happen. And temperance, again, divinely led path, but it's going to happen in divine timing, in that perfect opportune moment, kairos. We can't rush it, we can't force anything. Happens on God's time, not ours. Timing also feels like a really big message in due time, because I wrote a poem earlier and it had all to do with time and dancing. I don't know. Speaking of dancing the lovers, so I feel like, again, that's just more confirmation that there is a lot more support. And also just follow it is what you love to do, because that is going to be the very thing that allows you to consciously hop out of hustle culture and kind of get into a place where really you're kind of just making money from being who you are and doing what you love to do. And then it feels like play. It doesn't really feel like work anymore because you genuinely love what you do. Whoa. Alright, a lot of things needed to be said, I suppose. Interesting. Okay, this is going to be a lot, but so typically the entrepreneurial journey isn't an easy one. It's usually you're not going to hit success on your first go round. It is what it is. It's a freaking roller coaster, right? Hey, you guys, good to see you here. Thank you, Ramu. I appreciate you. Sorry if I butchered that. We've got 4 of Pentacles. We definitely don't want to hang on too tightly to anything that's holding us back or any ideas of how we need to get there. I feel like there's certain. Also, I don't know. I feel for some this might be hanging on tightly to certain ways of doing things, where perhaps you're not letting things in or letting help in, perhaps for some. Or support in some way, or resources. It's like maybe you're not seeing that there are more resources around you. Like there's more available to you than you are seeing, because you might be hanging on too tightly to one thing specific. And it's important, right? It's, I don't know, it's like you're babying this thing, which isn't a bad thing. And in this dream that I had last night, it was like literally babying one strawberry. It was interesting, but I'm kind of getting that here too. It's like really babying that, but then there's also these other resources here. So there's more abundance than just that one strawberry, you know. So be aware of what else outside of you that you could connect to, because that could help you along the way, whether that be, you know, people, resources, new environments, whatever that is. But it's Pentacles energy. It's going to help you kind of stabilize your foundation to allow even more growth to happen there, whereas you might be keeping yourself small at this time with 4 of Pentacles, or holding yourself back even. So don't hold back, and look outward and see what other resources are there for you. See what other means of collaboration or whatever it is that you need, that you're seeking. It's going to be outside of your comfort zone, is what that's telling me. I feel, okay, I got Queen of Swords reverse with Page of Cups and Judgment reverse. So just like I was talking about how not everyone's going to see your vision right away, it does seem like you've built some sort of foundation with the 4 of Pentacles here, if this resonates with you. If it doesn't, that's totally cool. It might not be your story, but you can still take it in for entertainment or educational purposes. Either way, use these insights responsibly or don't use them at all. Queen of Swords reverse, Page of Cups, Judgment reverse. It feels like someone, at least like one person, like major person in your life, hasn't seen your vision or didn't see your vision, might be starting to see your vision with whatever foundation that you have laid. And perhaps this is why you're holding on so tightly too. Maybe you've had people in your life doubt you or try to take that away from you in some way, but you hang on so tightly to it for that. So there might be a little bit of scar tissue there that you're working with that kind of closes you off to other things, just because of the doubts of perhaps one individual or maybe multiple, but this one in particular is kind of, seems like looking at things now and actually seeing your vision, or at least trying to. There might be someone who actually wants to apologize for what they could not see before. It's like they're in a state where they're facing Judgment reverse. So it could be that maybe they're noticing their own harsh judgments of whatever it is that you've been creating. But now they're seeing the value in it, even though it's still in a newer phase and it's not fully developed yet with Page of Cups. And then we got this huge ass stack right here. This is 8 different cards. All right, hold on. Oof. Yeah, there's definitely some heavy energies in the back here. I'm gonna kind of, what do I work with? It feels almost like fuel though, because how this is stacked. So the card on top is the Magician. This is like you have in everything that you need within you, and that was also kind of part of this dream that I have. You have everything that you need within you, right? Even the swords that were stabbed through you, in whatever ways, even the snakes that you've encountered on your path. And here's multiple snakes. It's well, two big ones. It's like you can still find the beauty in that, and you can still find a way to turn it into magic with this wand here and the flower. You can still turn it into something beautiful for yourself. So this is supposed to be representing all these energies, and then we have this kind of like moon-like thing in the back here, which can represent like your emotions, right? Your subconscious states and things underneath the surface that are needing to be brought out, because this is basically the material that you're working with to build whatever it is that you're building. So again, I'm going to say there's more support, more resources than you might realize hanging on to that 4 of Pentacles. So you might just jump right into the 6 of Pentacles, and part of it might be right back at you, baby. Part of that might be, and maybe you're hanging on so tightly to something and not realizing the resources that you have within you, not realizing that part of like whatever it is that might feel like holding you back or might feel like a blockage is actually the very thing that you are needing to work with to turn it into something for that. So this could be internal as well, but what's internal will be mirrored externally. So might be worth it to take a bit of time to explore that and stillness and your kind of subconscious, whatever wounding is there from perhaps rejection or whatever. I heard violation. I don't know why, but I mean, maybe I know why. Hold on. There was the Ten of Swords is coming up, but just bear with me. Bear with me. So there's definitely some healing here that needs to be done, and that could be from doubts, rejection, which we face a lot of, all of us, but especially on the entrepreneurial journey. Maybe you've been turned down a lot. Maybe trying to get the resources every single way, but then like you keep hitting ends, or maybe you failed over and over, and that created your wounding. Well, it is a haircut because I cut off my hair, so your logic's a bit off there, but that's all right. Thanks, I appreciate you. All right. So Page of Pentacles, this has been a learning journey, right? And it's a very humbling one, very, very much so. And it can absolutely be crickets, because you're not always going to get support all along the way. And sometimes you might even get people trying to sabotage you with Ten of Swords here. Or it could be that maybe you've just had harsh endings of where you tried something and then it completely failed and you hit like a rod and you lost everything. And that happens a lot, and then you have to work your butt off again just to be able to come up with like seed money to try again, but in a new way, and figure things out all over again. So this journey is very, very humbling. It is very humbling, and it's a good thing though, because you learn a lot. And what you learn you can take with you. So every failure, it's not really a failure, right? You really only fail if you quit trying. So every failure becomes new material to work with. So it's like a new like launch pad for you. You're not going to go back and make the same mistakes again, hopefully you're actually taking time. Yeah, I'm in the US. Hopefully you're actually taking the time to like learn from that, clear the subconscious debris, since we're talking about that, and find a way to use that, turn it into magic for yourself. But sometimes that takes like pulling back a bit, right? pulling back a bit to reflect, go through that healing, figure out what it is that you're really been working with, and then try to find a new path forward. So this is where all the baby steps are, and this is the fun stuff that no one else sees. When you have this strong vision, you know exactly what you want to do, but it's the figuring it out process that's hard. And of course people are going to doubt you, and every time you fail they're going to be like, see, ha, told you. And it's kind of fucked up, but it's like, you know what, hold up, I'm going to try it again. And you keep going, because it doesn't matter how many times you fall, how many times your light burns out, right? How many times people doubt you. And good to see you, I'm a dinosaur. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, and it doesn't matter how much it hurts either, because every bit of that is fuel. Every bit of that is fuel to use. And it's funny how we have the star reversed next to this 10 of swords is literally swords through the star. So it's a harsh journey. It really is. But I feel like whoever I'm talking to, you're at a sort of precipice where it's now, you got this foundation laid and you're hanging on tightly to it. You're like, no, I got it this time. And you're maybe a little bit more a lot more cautious and careful with who you allow into your plans. For one, who you tell anything to, because you don't want to let any doubt slip in. Not anyone else's, because you don't want to start doubting yourself. And you've learned a lot already. You've humbled yourself time and time again, cleared away whatever subconscious debris, whatever conflict. If it feels like you're hitting some sort of a block right now, though, or like you're in a place where things aren't quite moving forward yet, or maybe it's just moving very slowly, and you're not quite sure what the next steps are, that would be to take wherever you are, whatever you're guarding, kind of figure out why you're so guarded still, and see what you're working with there, because that is going to be the very thing that, for whatever it is, that's going to match. Like, once you figure out that your inner resources that you're working with, you have the magician here, and that might come straight from your pain, from your wounding, from your failures. Once you figure out what that is, and it's going to be like a like light bulb moment, but sit with yourself in stillness for a bit. Let go of everything. Let go of the mind for a bit. The mind settle. Let the mind stabilize. Let the mind clear out. Slow down. Right? Dance with nature's cycles. So you're not always moving. If you want to get out of hustle culture, you got to stop hustling, baby. Yeah, stop hustling. Chill out for a bit. Honestly, get outside of what you're doing. Go have for a little while, or just rest. And then you'll see that when you learn to work with yourself and whatever it is that you got going on, magician energy, whatever it is that you've experienced in the past, you'll see that externally that will end up matching. You're going to find the support and resources externally as well that'll help you get over that next hurdle. But sometimes the hurdle's a little bit ahead of us, and we still got to take some steps to get to that hurdle before we can leap over it. So figure out what that is. That's your next step. Because this is like, whatever you got, it's gold. It's gold. And no one's going to be able to take that away from you. I'm doing all right. How you doing? United States CIA. No one's going to be able to take that away from you. You took a long time to build this, and you're very protective of it, clearly. So just keep going. Literally, all you do is keep going and never give up on that. My crown is tingly. I'm gonna have a sit. I looked tired. Is that past tense? What else do we need to hear? Okay. Yeah, there's definitely a return to something. something internal that we can use to, I'm hearing embody. There's like an outlet. It could, okay. Could something that helps you work through emotions, like could be something maybe you haven't done in a little while. Um, hmm. Um, hmm. It's definitely gonna help. Okay. For some of you, you might struggle with, I don't want to say struggle with collaboration specifically, perhaps finding the right people to collaborate. And that might be due to wounds and, again, people doubting you, etc. Yeah, I'm cool, dude. I appreciate you, Cyrus. I'm actually good though. I'm well rested, but thanks anyways. And then we got four swords reverse peeking out, but so it seems like, okay, you could have already done a lot of this healing, but whatever it is that you're discovering in that, it feels like there's something be brought out. It's like coming out of your shell a little bit more, and maybe not even. Maybe it's about not being afraid to share. I don't know, maybe the darker parts of yourself, the more deeply emotional. I'm not saying darker as in like evil or anything. I'm saying darker as in like the parts that you keep in the shadows. Could be the heavier emotions because people don't like to see that a lot of the time. That can scare people some of the time. It could be maybe you don't like to share your failures, all the grief from the losses and whatever. But maybe just being open and honest with that externally would be the very thing that got you over whatever hurdle you're in, depending on what it is for you. But it feels like something unexpressed, but an expression of something. And this could be as simple as like journaling and seeing it for yourself. So going through different failures to learn from them, and perhaps it's something like where you've learned a lot already, but maybe there's just like one more thing that'll be that aha moment, and it'll kind of help you open up to. It feels like there's an essence or like a desire of wanting to collaborate, but then like maybe a tendency to walk alone. And I feel like that's due to, I figured out, good to see you. That could be due to, yeah, the doubts, the rejections, whatever. It's like perhaps being afraid to put yourself out there again. But just do it. Just take whatever step that is. And it's funny how these cards are like coming out like this right now because it literally looks like steps. So just take whatever steps you need to take. Because there's a bit of resistance that you're hitting within yourself in taking those steps. For some, it could be a discussion that you need to have with someone. Perhaps someone that doubted you, or it could be a discussion, having a discussion with like some sort of like potential like partner or investor or something like this, depending on what it is that you're doing or working towards. But it's like there's a self-discovery aspect, up a space or an opportunity or some partner or collaborate, and that would be like satisfying. It'd be really satisfying. Yeah, we got liberation. There's 3-3 again, and then perfection here. And perfection isn't about perfection exactly, but it's about, ooh, we got a spiral in the middle. You see that? A spiral. So this very much could be healing a very specific wound that brings you closer to your potential by bringing your potential out from within you. So you're not hiding it. I get for a lot of people, it's going to be like a fear of rejection or a fear of another failure type of thing. But on this journey, you have to get used to it. It is what it is. But as long as you're learning from your failure, learning from all your experiences in any way that you need to, you will eventually make it. And it is well worth the climb to just keep going, and you know exactly what you need to do. Sometimes you do need to take some time out though. Remember, dance with the seasons, flow with the seasons. All will be alright, but that's the thing that's going to set you free. Some seasons are meant for action, some seasons are meant for rest. Some seasons are meant for transformation, and some seasons are meant for play. And that doesn't mean the literal seasons, but like flow in the way that you need to in your reality. That is what brings the change, so that you can bring that inner potential out, that inner infinity, right? That spirit of life, that spirit self out. And that's how you free yourself. And okay, so for some it might feel very like naked, raw, but that's exactly what you need. You need that raw material. The raw material is what you're working with, and so that's your material, like the resources within that you're transmuting to turn it into something. And that is going to be the thing that is, again, maybe eclectic and unusual to some, and maybe that's why it's hard to bring it out, because that's what feels like would be rejected. But I think you'd be surprised at all the different like perspective shifts in people that have perhaps doubted you in the past, or rejected you in the past, how much it would change people's perspectives for you to just own those aspects of yourself and pour it into whatever it is that you're trying to create here. So it's finding that inner self-worth. We got the love again. To love yourself first. Honestly, this is like any entrepreneur or art artist or anyone with a vision that no one else can see. Like you literally have to take so much rejection first. You have to take so much pain and go through so many failures just to learn to love yourself. So the quicker that you can just learn to love and accept all of yourself for who you are, that's when your external reality matches. That's when people see. But it's confidence that is built, and through conscious creation, never giving up, perseverance, really. Oh, and then because that's really what leads to that self-worth that takes you higher. And then we have the ascension flame here as well. It's going to be the very thing that allows you to rise into that liberated state. Where'd that card go? Oh, it's over here. Liberation. And we got dream time and paradise. Again, following your dreams is going to lead you to your personal paradise. And you really don't need anything more than that. Just keep following your keep connecting to the things that actually feel good. Allow your emotions to guide you through life, so you're not making the same mistakes over and over again. You're learning from your failures, and everything's going to be alright. The climb is well worth it. I'm going to leave that one there. Thanks for being here, you guys. Kumamori, Dimito, Sigile, Protego, Pactimus.